Yo, what up, man? Chris, somebody checking in, man. Back with the blog, man. Make sure you like button, that subscribe button, and I appreciate all the support. Salute to everybody. It's a lot to talk about. I'm in Salt Lake City right now. Look at that sun, man. Look at that sun. 65 degrees. You cannot beat it. I was in Salt Lake City not too long ago. It was like 30 degrees. Now I'm hit down here. So I've been in Salt Lake City. I was in San Francisco. I was in Phoenix, Arizona, and now I'm in El Paso. So I'm making my way across the country, man. A couple things I want to talk about. One is this Cassidy and Eazy situation. But before I get to that, salute to Angry Fan, man. He lost his channel last night. So y'all make sure that y'all support his new channel. I think he's going to turn his sports channel into back to battle rap or something. But I think he got flagged. There was an Eazy video about, I think he had somebody up there and talking about Eazy. That video I think got flagged, and I think there was a Piranha video that got flagged. So the channel's gone. Probably won't get it back, which is very I think that's his second channel in like 4 months. So I don't know, man. I hate to see people get flagged. I hate to see people lose their channel. I'm not really with the flagging shit. Y'all know how I feel about that. I feel like it's weak. I feel like it's corny. And I do feel like sometimes you can go over the top on talking about people, but at the end of the day, niggas just be sensitive. That's just how I feel about it. Everybody's sensitive about being talked about, and I just feel like the shit is corny. So I don't really like vindictive stuff, and I don't like fucking up people's livelihood. That's why I don't really be trying to flag people. But to each his own. We lost a lot of great interviews over the course of those two channels. You know, the Prep, 6 Niggas video, Lush One, Jag, Active, a lot of arguments, a lot of classic stuff was lost, man. So you know, a lot of them IG interviews have been historic, but it's gone. So salute to Caps. Hope you get back on track with your channel, and you know, we'll try to support it whenever you get it up and running. Now that's that. Let's talk about Eazy and Cassidy. I don't know if this battle is gonna happen. There's been a lot of things happen over the course of time. I think there's been a lot of misinformation out there. I think people are saying things and whatever, just a lot of misinformation. Obviously, we haven't heard from TBL, and that's always an issue. I'm not really sure why they're not speaking out and saying more, but I kind of get it in one breath. You don't want to throw any party under the bus. I get it, and especially when they got your money. You know, it's kind of like if I loan you $100. And I know you owe me $100, and I can go online and be like, yo, this corny ass nigga owe me $100, but then you might not pay me. So I kiss your ass a little bit, you know what I'm saying? I rub your shoulders, I make you feel good until I get all my money, and then I'm like, yeah, your ass owe me $100, you was on some cornball stuff. So I don't expect TBL to throw anybody under the bus. They're just trying to get the battle done. I will say that they are trying to get the battle done. So Eazy did a live yesterday. He basically said that he felt like Cassidy was paid, and that you know, and that Cassidy really wasn't trying to do the battle. And he said he spoke to TBL, and TBL said that they did not pay Cassidy and that was false. But he doesn't believe it. They also was in a space. Here they go right here. And they were talking to Verb.
When it was on me, what did I say? What's going on?
You?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Alright. Nobody's been paid. Not one person. Not one person.
Who's holding up the battle? Who's holding up the battle?
Let's put that to bed. That's done. Nobody's
Let's not.
been paid.
Listen, check this out. Listen, the
That's
first
done.
person you gotta go to.
That's it.
You gotta go to. Listen,
That's a wrap. I don't care about anything. I don't care about anything else.
it ain't no fucking rap,
Stop
nigga.
with the lie.
It ain't no rap till I say it's a
Stop with
rap.
the
What
lie.
the fuck is you talking about? You can't come
Stop
here
with
and
the
say it's
lie.
no motherfucking rap.
I care less what you think. That's the lie. The lie's done. No one's been paid.
All right, so that was a TBL account. I'm not sure who that person is, but he basically said that nobody's been paid their complete money for the battle. I did a little bit of digging, and I can tell y'all that no one's been paid for the battle. So there is no Cassie got all his money. There is no Eazy got all his money for this battle. So I know that's a rumor, but that rumor isn't true. So nobody's been paid for the battle, and they are trying to make the battle happen. if we did some blame pie for the battle, let's do a little bit of blame pie because everybody involved is to blame. Cassidy, Eazy, and TBL. They're all to blame. As far as TBL is concerned, I feel like even though they've given us great battles, they gave us Mook and Hitman, they gave us battles that we asked for, they try to put on for the culture. I never take that away from them. But I don't feel like they've done battle rap the right way. I don't feel like they're booking too many battles. They're moving too fast. They're taking battles and making them 90 seconds in short rounds to give you more battles. I just saw that they released Elijah Straight versus Clone. That was actually from the Daylight card. The Daylight card was like over 6 months ago. So they're still releasing battles from like 3 or 4 cards ago, which means that their release schedule is too slow. The rollout of the scheduling of the battles is not right as well. And honestly, they're not tapping in with niggas. You know what I'm saying? I look at myself, not to toot my own horn, as one of the smartest people in battle rap, bro, in terms of especially on this media shit and especially on marketing and just knowing battle rap, but they're not tapping in, they're not getting advice, they're not getting ideas. And this is from not even just me, just any blogger I talk to. They don't really have a real relationship with TBL. And we've DM'd each other a couple times, but I don't really have a rapport with them. And they're moving at their own pace, doing their own thing. And I don't know if they're getting great advice. I will say that. And they just probably figured out they got everything figured out. They've obviously lost a lot of money. And I don't want them to just pack up their shit and go, because we don't really have a great replacement. There's no RBE. There's no King of the Dot. We don't have a great replacement, bro. So in one breath, you can complain about them, but I'm all about the solution and fixing a lot of problems. And Cassidy has not been paid. So I know Eazy said that. So let me just put that rumor to rest. TBL has given people too much power, though. They're giving people too much power in this situation in a lot of things. And they're being just too, just too negotiating, too accommodating. And it just go back even to the Av and Twerk battle, where URL is threatening them and all this kind of stuff. And, oh, this is our battle. And we had a contract on it 10 years ago. And they're trying to be cool with URL. They're trying to negotiate with them. And then they cave. They give the battle away. And URL still ain't booked the battle. It's everywhere you turn. They're trying to appease people instead of putting their foot down. And when you don't do that, people run all over you. So let's go back. TBL gave Eazy a 2-battle deal, right? They gave him the Twerk battle. They gave him the Cassidy battle. That right there was probably a mistake. You know what I'm saying? I know they probably did it to save money. I know they probably did it to try to get these 2 battles and everything. But in my personal opinion, you don't even know if Eazy is going to survive the Twerk battle or even do well in a Twerk battle or whatever the case may be. I feel like sometimes in battle rap, let's see how a person does in a battle before you reward them with an even bigger battle. And I feel like that's what, when you book in advance and you do stuff like that. So you give them a 2-battle deal. That gives Eazy power. He has a Twerk deposit. He has a Cassidy deposit. And what does he do? He flexes his muscle. I don't want J2 on the card. I don't want Hustle on the card. TBL can't do anything because they gave him a deposit for Cassidy. So they don't have anything to do. So what do? They take Hustle off the card. They take J2 off the card. It trickle. Come to find out, Twerk doesn't do the battle. They don't do the battle. Next card. Eazy still has power. What does he do? I don't want Knowledge around. I don't want Muwap around. I don't want this nigga getting in the building. I don't want this person getting in the building. I want this person not to get in. He has all this power because TBL has basically given out these huge deposits. And, when you're the A side, you have power. But Eazy, knowing he got away with the J2 and stuff, he flexes more power. I want to do this, and this. So that's been one of the things that they've been dealing with, is trying to figure out a way to navigate some of these Eazy demands. And that's what I say when I say TBL has given up a lot of power. And what happens is it's just a trickle-down effect on everything. And I feel like TBL should have stood their ground a little bit more and been just a little bit more about what they feel like is good for them, and not always trying to appease everybody, because there's a trickle-down effect. And this has been basically a trickle-down effect. And I feel like with them not having security in the building, with them having a host that's not respected, with Chilla not really being respected, with them probably going over time in the venue because they had to go get mics and do all this, they kind of was running out of time even in the venue. And when you add all that up, they have to take a large share of the blame as to why the battle did not occur. They have to. You know what I'm saying? So that's TBL side. As far as Eazy, I feel like with Eazy, I feel like what I do blame Eazy for, I think he should have just done the battle, bro. He left the venue the first time. He walked out. He walked out before Cassidy did and walked outside or whatever. I feel like he should have stayed there and done the battle. I feel like the only people that should be saying a battle is canceled is the TBL owners. Or the host should have grabbed the mic and said it's canceled. But actually, the video shows people walking out first, and then the host is still acting like, oh yeah, you know, we're gonna still try to make it happen. And then he says, oh, I just got the word, it's over with. But my thing is, I feel like everybody should have stayed there, and somebody of some type of clout or people that we know should have explained what was going on to some degree or said something. Eazy leaves. Okay, we're thinking, oh, they're gonna do the battle in another location. We see Cassidy there. We see Eazy in an SUV or whatever. Nobody gets out. I feel like it would have been so gangster for Eazy to get out, walk across the street, and battle Cassidy, or just start spitting his rounds, or walking through Top Floor Loot, or whoever else, Reed Dollars, Top Floor Loot, or whatever. I feel like that would have been dope to do. And I feel like he lost a moment there. There was a moment where he could have just been like etched in stone as like, oh, this nigga is really like one of them niggas. And that would have been a moment. Like, nah, fuck all that. We gonna do this motherfucking battle, and man, get out the car. We can rap right now. Let's get out the car. Hey, yo! And just start rapping his rap. Bro, that would have been monumental. And I feel like Eazy missed the opportunity to do that. And I can only think that he probably left the venue because he was outnumbered. And when you're outnumbered, it's probably a little bit of fear there to go and battle or whatever. Clearly, he doesn't have the Philly roots that Cassidy has. And So he ends up leaving, and probably, but he was always going to be outnumbered battling Cassidy in Philly. Cassidy has outnumbered everybody. He had more people at the Hitman battle, probably more people when he battled Arsenal, more people when he battled Eazy. When Eazy signed on the dotted line, he was never going to have more people than Cassidy at the event. So you're always going to be that. So I do feel like him not doing a battle on the corner, or saying like, oh, you know, it could just be me and Cassidy, or his security and my security and all this kind of stuff, and we can go battle. I feel like a little bit of that is him not being comfortable walking on that corner and battling. Now, what I do complain a little bit with Eazy is sometimes his online persona doesn't match how he really is. So if you watch his 24/7 documentary, he did a 24/7 documentary. The very last episode he dropped, he's sitting down with his bodyguard or whatever, and he's saying, man, I can't believe this nigga Cassie wanted to fight me or whatever. I would beat Cassie the fuck up. He's saying all that. And he says, this nigga just mad because I mushed him. You know what I'm saying? He's talking all this shit about pap this and pap that. What about what you didn't do? I mushed you and you ain't do nothing. Okay. So you mushed him. So you're letting it know that you escalated a little bit when you was in a building. You mushed him or whatever. So he's talking heavy. He goes on and he says, man, I'm just about to text TBL right now. We can just battle, and then me and Cassie can just fight. In one breath, you can't be the tough guy. In another breath, you can't be the, I don't want to go in the corner because I'm outnumbered. You can't have it both ways. Either you're the tough guy or you're not the tough guy. And I feel like Eazy missed a golden opportunity to do the battle in that particular situation. And he had a live last night where he felt like Cassidy was paid and Cassidy had these demands. And because of these demands, he really didn't want to do the battle unless it was on his terms, and he was having all of these demands. And Eazy was complaining about Cassidy having these demands, probably because he was paid. But Eazy also had demands when he was paid. Now, we know he got all his money when he battled Twerk, right? He got all his money, Twerk battle didn't happen, all this kind of stuff. It doesn't really make sense for TBL to do Cassidy one day and Twerk the next day. They actually have both of those battles. They book both of those battles. They book Cassidy and Eazy and Twerk and Eazy. It doesn't make sense for them to have them on the same weekend when you're trying to figure out a way to make money on a Twerk battle and money on a Cassidy battle. But you're doing the Twerk battle as a secret battle on the same weekend as Cassidy. It doesn't make sense. So why did they do it? They did it because of Eazy. And this is what happened when you're paid all your money and you exercise your power. So the same thing that Eazy would complain that Cassidy is doing now, because he thinks Cassidy been paid and he thinks he's exercising his power, so did Eazy. Eazy trying to win Cody is like, I need 4 battles. I need Suge, I need Swamp, I need Cassidy, I need Twerk. I need these battles before December 31st. I can qualify for Cody. I don't know if he'll win because Arsenal is having a really good year. Arsenal probably will win Cody, but I can have these battles, have them out the way. I have some of the highest pay-per-views. I have some of the highest impact. I have great battles on YouTube. If I can beat everybody, I may have only lost to Suge this year, had monumental battles. I should be up for Cody and be in the Cody running. So he's pressuring TBL to have the battle the same weekend as Cassidy as a secret battle on his league trenches. That's power. But how does he get that power? He gets it because he's been paid. When he first didn't do that, when the Twerk battle first didn't happen, Eazy did a live and he says, man, I ain't gonna be taking all day to do this Twerk battle, man. They don't hurry up and book this Twerk battle. It's a dub. You're flexing your power. You've been paid all your money, so you're basically saying, yo, if you don't hurry up and do this Twerk battle, you're going to have to give me an entire new bag. So therefore, hurry up and do the battle. The clock is ticking, nigga. And the reason why you can flex is because you've been paid. So when you do a live like you did last night, Eazy, and you say Cassidy is flexing because he's quote unquote been paid, even though he hasn't, but you think he has, you did the same thing. You had Twerk on Sunday as a secret battle on the Trenches card. Why? Because you demanded that TBL put that battle there. It's not in TBL's best interest to put that battle there. So you flex your power. So what's the trickle-down effect? Cassidy feels some type of way because he don't like the fact that rumors are getting out that you're battling twice in a weekend, which kind of lowers a little bit of like his situation. It doesn't make the weekend all about him. It's about, oh, can Eazy win both battles? Not can Eazy win Cassidy. So he feels like you take a little bit of the luster off of that situation. In a situation where he feels like he over promoted over everything and you didn't do as much promotion. So now that he feels like you are exercising too much power and you're blocking Zan and Moowop and all them, Cassidy is now exercising power. So now we move to the Cassidy thing. It's a fucking fly in here, man. God damn, how the fucking fly get in the van. But now you're exercise. Now we move to Cassidy. Cassidy needs to do this fucking battle, bro. And Cassidy is now flexing his power. He doesn't want to do the battle in Philly no more. He's not coming back to Philly. He's not trying to do the battle in certain places or whatever. He wants to do the battle in Atlanta. And I hear every time they go back and forth to Eazy about something, Eazy says no, he don't want to capitulate to what Cassidy wants, and then he changes his mind and say, okay, I'll do it. And it's all this back and forth to where now Cassidy like, man, come to Atlanta and just do the battle. I'm in Atlanta right now. Fly Eazy down. We do the battle. Da 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 da. I heard Eazy didn't want to do it. Then I heard he wanted to do it. All this kind of stuff. The reason why Cassidy is probably acting like that is because for the majority of this rollout, Eazy has been flexing his power. He's not getting out the van. He's not letting Zan in. He's not letting Moowop in. He's not letting Tex in. He's not letting this nigga in. He's double battling. He's booking Twerk and him on the same weekend. He all this kind of stuff, right? He's probably felt like, yo, you really think you the A side? I'm about to now flex my power, because Cassidy has kind of won the war and the battle. People ain't gonna never look at Eazy the same, because they really think he's from Pottsville now, and they really think certain stuff, and his brother's a rat and all this kind of stuff. The damage has been done, and if you go back and listen to that battle now, knowing what you know, Cassidy round sounds a lot better, more believable, more truthful. The round is closer, and you may have Cassidy winning the first round. I left there watching the battle saying that Eazy won the first. But when you watch it back and you watch Eazy's reactions to what Cassidy is saying as if it's not true, and then you watch him go in verb spaces and, you know, say some incorrect stuff, and then you watch his brother come out, it's just like, yo, Cassidy was really getting to you. So now the battle looks different. So Cassidy probably feels like, I won the battle. He definitely won the war, because you're not going to look at Eazy the same. So he might feel like, yo, I've accomplished a lot to where, let me flex some of my power. Eazy keep acting like this is, yo, I didn't try to battle him in the venue. He left. I tried to battle him outside. He don't get out the car. Now he wants to do this. Man, come to Atlanta. I'm in Atlanta now. I done flew back to Atlanta now. Come to Atlanta and do the battle. Do I feel like Cassidy is exerting too much power now? Yes. But I also thought Eazy was exerting too much power too. So it looks like it's this tug of war thing that's going on. TBL is caught in the middle because they don't want to piss either one of them off, because they've already lost a lot of money on this battle. And therefore, they just want to get the battle done. They tired of both of these niggas, bro. They really tired of moving on to some other shit, going this women's tournament, they got another event going on in New Orleans in a month or so. They trying to do that and move on. They just want to complete the mission. But now, Cassidy wants to do the battle in Atlanta. And Cassidy hasn't been paid, but he probably don't really believe Eazy will come to Atlanta, because he probably thinks Eazy is a scary ass nigga that won't come down here. And now I'm hearing that he just wants his money up front the way Eazy got his money up front for Twerk. The same way Eazy felt Twerk might not show up for the battle, and he wanted to be paid regardless. He's the same kind of person that's kind of like, yo, pay me my money up front and I'll do the battle with Eazy. I think that's outlandish. I think that's way over the top. I think Cassidy is bugging with that. I think TBL does not need to pay Cassidy his entire back end first before they do the battle. And not because he won't do the battle. I think Cassidy definitely will do the battle. My thing is, don't dig a bigger hole than what you're in. Don't start setting precedents, because battle rappers talk, oh man, these niggas will pay you all your money up front. Or these niggas will guarantee the money regardless. There's leagues that don't even pay you if a nigga don't show up. Like RBE don't. If they give you a deposit and a nigga don't do a battle, RBE pushes that deposit to the next battle. But if you niggas start thinking you sweet, oh, TBL will pay you even if the nigga don't show up. TBL will do this, TBL will do that. You could do this, you could do that. Everybody's trying to get a little bit more money. You know what I'm saying? Eazy gets paid all his money for the Twerk battle. He probably is even looking, it seems like he even wants more money to battle Twerk. You know, he's like, oh, we can battle Twerk if the business is right. Niggas want more money on top of more money. They want the money for the battle, and then it gets pushed back. Then I gotta get a wait fee. We gotta wait 3 weeks on the battle. I need a wait fee. People want more money, and this is what happened when niggas think you sweet. This is what fucking happens when people think you sweet. TBL need to put their foot down, stop bleeding money in this culture, stop caving to these niggas, because this is a tug of war. This is Eazy had power at first, not want to do this, not want to get out the van, not wanting this person on the car, not want to let this person in, Knowledge can't do this, Knowledge can't do that, to where Cassie's like, nah, I'm the A side, I'm about to flex some power. Bring your ass to Atlanta. We can do the battle right now. Bring your ass to Atlanta. And the thing is that he also wanted his bread. And why would you get your bread up front? That don't even really make sense. You know what I'm saying? That's not even a precedent that needs to start. Even if you won't run off, or even if you will do the battle. I think you'll do the battle. I think if Eazy came to Atlanta, TBL came to Atlanta, and TBL paid you, I think you'll do the battle. TBL just don't need to start shit that they don't want to finish. If you want to make good and you want to give Cassidy a little bit of money, just to butter his bread a little bit, make him feel good, give him a little bit, give him 10%, 15% of his back end to make him feel comfortable. All your money, outrageous. Knowledge. I know you got a direct line to Cassidy. Do not have Cassidy trying to get all his bread before he do the battle, for fear of whether or not Eazy's gonna really show up to Atlanta. Do not have Cassidy doing stuff that isn't really precedence for battle rap. There's no precedence where people start getting all of their money. We're not gonna start that when that's something that we don't need to start doing. So that's what's going on. But so everybody is a little bit to blame, bro. Everybody is a little bit to blame. TBL giving niggas too much power, and niggas is abusing it. Everybody has abused their power. Eazy and Cassidy. Everybody's abused their power. Eazy could have had a golden moment to legendary himself by, bro, I promise you on my mama, bro. If hip hop is real, would have panned to that SUV, and Eazy would have got out the SUV, stomped across the fucking street in the Timberlands, brought Rim with him on some gangster shit. Hey, I say, hey, yo, my nigga, get out the car right now. Stormed by Top Floor, Loop, stunned by Reed Dollars, K-Walk, yo, make a way, make a hole. Stormed by, I would have battled the nigga in the car. Eazy would have had to, fucking Cassie would have had to get out the SUV, bro. I'd have battled that nigga right there. And then if he wouldn't have done it, I'd have walked off. This nigga don't want to battle. Pussy ass nigga. The internet would have exploded. Eazy had a golden moment, bro. He probably was too scared to walk across that street and battle because he was outnumbered. And obviously, if you bring in security to a battle, you don't feel safe. So don't get me started on that. But he had a golden moment. And if you don't feel safe, you can't act tough in interviews then. Just say what it is. You just don't feel comfortable. And that's cool. But he had a golden moment. So I feel like he should have capitalized on that. And Cassidy is doing too much right now. He's doing too much right now. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely doing too much right now. And he's trying to definitely keep his A side and keep his demands and making Eazy have to cave to him. And TBL, do not pay this nigga all his bread before you battle. Do not do that, because niggas talk, and the minute that start getting out, niggas gonna be on your bumper about that all the time. And niggas will try you when you green. I learned this in jail, boy. When you are green, niggas will try you. And TBL has come into this culture being green, and they've been tried by every single person. I ain't gonna say every single person, but they've been tried by both parties in this situation. And at some point in time, they gotta put their foot down and they stop. Chris, I'm biased. Holla at your boy.